To another top story, talks between top US and Chinese officials have resumed for a second day today after US President Donald Trump voices optimism over the negotiations aimed at de-escalating trade tensions sparked by his tariff rollout. In a Truth Social post on the first day of talks in Geneva, Trump praised the very good discussions and deemed them a total reset negotiated in a friendly but constructive manner. The second day of closed-door meetings between the US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Trade Representative Jamieson Greer, and Chinese Vice Premier He Lifeng resumed shortly after 10 a.m. local time. The discussions are the first time senior officials from the world's two largest economies have met face-to-face to tackle the thorny topic of trade since Trump slapped steep new tariffs on China last month, sparking a robust retaliation from Beijing. Ahead of the meeting, Trump had signaled he might lower the tariffs, suggesting on social media that an 80% tariff on China seems right. We are joined by our guest today, and it is Max Riebol, co-founder of Harbour Industrial Capital, located in Hong Kong, to discuss this in more detail. Max, thank you very much for joining us on the program. We are obviously ongoing. This is a huge deal between the two world's largest economies, both China and the USA. China, of which has a 145% tariff on goods coming in to the United States, and vice versa, it is 125% on goods coming into Beijing. Max Riebol we are joined by, who is the co-founder of Harbour Industrial Capital, located in Hong Kong. Thank you very much for joining us, Max, on the program. Max, Donald Trump has called these meetings a total reset of trade relations. What concrete signs would prove this is more than rhetoric?
Well, we'll have to see what's going to happen. I guess there are many different aspects that this whole thing affects. There is obviously the physical world, there's also the virtual world, there's the world of finance. Depends really like which angle you're looking at it from. I guess I come at this from a slightly different perspective. For context, I'm running a crypto VC fund. And what I kind of observe now, and it's not directly related, but there is a bit of a decoupling here between like sort of these real world trading issues that we have in the physical world, so to speak, and all the positive things that are happening in the crypto world. And this is probably something that not too many people are paying attention to, but something that I'm quite excited about.
Yes, Max, Trump has floated an 80% tariff on China.
Yeah.
Is this a bluff? Is this a starting bid? What do we know about Trump's negotiating methods? Because 80% is still extremely substantial, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not in the spirit of free trading, but, you know, he is by definition a political person, and he wants to achieve certain things. So, you know, there shouldn't be any surprise here. It is obviously a negotiation tactic, but I think one thing is clear, which is we're very far away, and we're getting further away from like a complete, like, you know, tariff-free, free trade kind of environment, as some of us have been used to for a long time. So this is like a paradigm shift. And it's, in my personal opinion, it's unfortunate because, you know, free trade does benefit all participants. However, it's going to be the new reality. And the question is, how do economies and companies adopt to it, right? How do you live in a more higher tariff environment? In a more like sort of segregated world that falls into different blocks. And well, I mean, for me, again, I'm looking at this very much from the crypto and the blockchain angle. And when it comes to interoperability between countries, I guess there is quite a lot that our industry can teach the rest of the world. There are lots of solutions out there, how you can live in this kind of more high tariff environment and still be successful and still strive. without sort of sticking within the, paradigm that some people want us to be in.
Yes, and Max, what have you thought of Donald Trump's methods in terms of handling his economy and the world economy with these tariffs? I mean, obviously, originally he held up that big board in the Rose Garden and with a big with all these percentage numbers on and said this is what's going to happen. America is now going to be treated fairly. Obviously, everything that he put forward that they didn't turn out to be what unfurled, and the tariffs were paused for 90 days, and China was the sole country that had its exponentially tit for tat rising tariffs on it. What do you think of Trump's strategy with these tariffs in regards to not saying a permanent measure? I'm trying to get my words here. What have you thought of?
Yeah.
What have you thought of Donald Trump's strategy with these tariffs from when he first imposed them to now?
There are some people who really have some beef with the delivery of it, and I think that's a bit of that's kind of missing the point, right? Because yes, the delivery, could it be done in a different way, right? Could it be more organized? Could it be better planned? Sure, I mean, you can make that point, but that's really more a side note, so to speak. The question is just whether it is in America's interest to move to a more high tariff environment. Trump seems to believe that, right? And there are clearly some positive signs here. I mean, there are positive indicators. For example, I mean, it's one of the easier ways how to, fill a deficit, right? Or how to start paying down debt that the United States clearly has. So it's a strategy. If it's the best strategy, I guess we're gonna see that at a later stage. But it's definitely a strategy, and it's definitely waking up the consensus amongst neoliberal economists who thought that it's all about zero tariffs, and that's the only way forward. So it's a new approach. I think it's too early to tell at the moment whether this is going to play out well or not. For the United States, the cards are newly shuffled, and we'll see how these negotiations go.
Max Riebel, thank you very much for joining us on the program. We now